Airlines, a major contributor to the economy. It helps transport goods and services, provides jobs to many. Today, we will discuss Emirates. Emirates is the largest airline in the Middle East. Operating a fleet of 250-plus aircraft, they have the capacity to fill more than 78 million seats. With routes to 80 countries in 150 cities, their aircraft flies over 3,600 times per week. Emirates' 23,000 cabin crew helps serve 190 meals per minute every day. There was a time when they had one plane with 5 cabin crews on board. How did Emirates manage to go from one route to one of the world's top 10 airlines in a span of 30 years? So please take your seats, put your seatbelts on. This is the story of Emirates. Emirates started with the establishment of DANTA in 1959. With 5 employees, Dubai National Air Transport Association, or DANTA, provided sales service to 25 airlines. Dubai was a stopover route for travelers going from Europe to Australia. With an open sky policy, DANTA was kept busy. Then, on December 2, 1971, United Arab Emirates declared independence from Britain. 3 years after the independence, the rulers of the UAE decided to establish a joint flag carrier with Gulf Air. Gulf Air wanted UAE to abandon the open sky policy. To show how serious they were, Gulf Air reduced frequency at the UAE's airspace. The ruler of UAE, Saeed bin Maktoum bin Hashir Al Maktoum, did not take this reduction kindly. He built a team of experts managed by Maurice Flanagan. The team also had Tim Clark and the ruler's then 26-year-old son, Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed Al Maktoum. Sheikh Ahmed had graduated from the University of Colorado. Until then, he did not have any experience in airlines. But that did not stop him from being a major figure in building the new airline. His vision from the very start was to build an airline people want to sit in. With a 10-member team, they came up with a business plan to start a home carrier for Dubai. The plan was quickly accepted by the ruler, and with the financial backing of $10 million from the royal family, they got to work. The challenge they faced was tough. Back then, an average airplane would cost $22 million. With only $10 million in the bank, every move had to be calculated carefully. Calls were made across the globe to find a deal. 5 months in the new startup in 1985, they successfully finalized a deal with PIA, Pakistan International Airlines. They were going to get 2 aircraft, the Boeing 737 and the Airbus 300 on wet lease. PIA also provided training facilities to Emirates cabin crew. Emirates secured 3 destinations: Karachi, New Delhi, and Bombay. On October 25, 1985, at 11:45 a.m., the engines of Boeing 737 were turned on for the sky. With 133 passengers, 5 cabin crews, and a pilot, Emirates flight EK600 departed for Karachi from Dubai International. They landed in Karachi successfully with PIA's crew welcoming them on the ground. In the coming days, 2 more flights departed for Mumbai and Delhi. Emirates started to see good numbers in their first year. Their rivals at the time, Gulf Air, saw a 50% drop in sales. Emirates also added additional routes to 4 destinations: Amman, Colombo, Cairo, and Dhaka. 2 years after their first flight, they were able to purchase their first aircraft, the Airbus A310. Emirates were seeing a growth of 30% every year. In 3 years, they added 12 destinations. By early 1990, Emirates was transporting 1.6 million passengers per year and was one of the world's fastest-growing airlines. The same year, they launched their first service to Western Europe. But then in 1990, Gulf region was at war. The Gulf War was a horrible event that affected many people around the world, causing destruction and tragedy. Sadly, 100,000 to 200,000 civilians were killed in the war. The Gulf War led to a 30% drop in world travel. All commercial airlines to the Gulf region were suspended. People were in desperate need for an airline to restart its operations. Knowing that other airlines would avoid the regions, Emirates started to operate. The war thankfully did not last long, as Emirates was only operational for the last 10 days of the war. The war ended in 1991. By this time, 25,000 passengers were flying in Emirates every week to 23 destinations. Following the war, Emirates was in a prime position to expand its reach even further, and their fleet consisted of 6 A300s and 8 A310s flying to 37 destinations. Ever wondered where the entertainment systems came from? With the promise of providing exceptional service to their customer, Emirates wanted to change the flying experience for everyone. In 1992, Emirates becomes the first airline to install video systems for every passenger. This new system was appreciated by their customers, and the following year, they ordered 7 Boeing 777s. Emirates also introduced the first telecommunications service on an aircraft. Emirates had more passengers booking a ticket than the capacity of their main airport. The airline was running out of space. One day, the executives sat down and made a decision to spend an extra $2 million for a new terminal at the Dubai International. This terminal was to be used by only one airline, Emirates. In 1998, Emirates was voted the best airline in the world. By 1999, out of the 11 million people that landed in Dubai, 4.7 million were brought by Emirates. They also started their non-stop flight from the Middle East to North America. This new route helped Emirates grow its workforce to a total of 25,000 people, making it Dubai's biggest employer. From 2005 to 2009, Emirates bought a total of 142 aircrafts worth $60 billion. By now, Emirates was named the world's most valuable airline brand. In 2017, they introduced a game changer. Emirates launched the world's first fully enclosed first-class private suites, with unmatchable luxury and privacy. In March 2016, the airline gets on the front pages of a newspaper by flying from Dubai to Auckland, setting a record for the longest operation flight, 17 hours and 15 minutes. One of the reasons why Emirates are as successful as they are is because they market themselves to the world. In 1996, Emirates became the sponsor of the world's richest horse racing event, the Dubai World Cup. With participants from 20-plus countries, their brand grew even bigger. And then Emirates signed a deal worth £100 million with English Premiership club Real Madrid. The two organizations first joined forces in 2013 and later renewed their contract until 2022. In 2019, Emirates gets in the books of Guinness World Record. The EK 2019 takes off with 145 nationalities on board, making it the most diverse flight in history. Emirates, wanting to make sure that the cabin crew gives a warm welcome to their customers, invests heavily on the training programs for crew members. They provide live simulators with emergency scenarios, practice evacuations, going down the slides, rejected takeoffs and landings. This helps crew members feel at ease, and they feel prepared if the situation does arise. Emirates started off with 3 destinations in 1985. But through hard work, they kept on adding new routines. They introduced Dubai to the world. In a span of 30 years, they have managed to increase the fleet from 3 aircrafts to 256. Their management has made the right decisions by providing service when every other airline was avoiding the region. They selected right marketing strategies and providing training for their cabin crew members. With Emirates, passengers do fly better. And with us, you will find more success stories. So keep an eye out for our upcoming videos. Until next time, have a good one.